My name is Susan Ashworth. I live alone in this old two-bedroom flat. I rarely go outside. I only trust my cats these days, and I will miss them dearly, but they will understand, like they always have, because earlier tonight, I swallowed a whole bunch of pills.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of DeepSeededGeek. Today we are doing a gameplay look at The Cat Lady. This is a game I saw first off as a Let's Play from a couple of the channels that I subscribe to, and I watched maybe 5-10 minutes at most of the gameplay, and I just stopped the video and I needed to play this game. First of all, it looks amazing. It's got this melancholy tone to the whole thing. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. And thankfully, The Walking Dead came along and I got into the vibe of point-and-click adventure games, so this was up my alley as well. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have taken the time for this game. But that isn't anything against the game, as you'll hear from my rave review for this whole thing here, and some of my grievances about that thing. But we'll get into that as well. So, The Cat Lady. It's brought to us by Harvester Games, an indie developer that's based in the UK, I believe. This game, just looking at it right here, it looks amazing. I have never seen a game that looks like this. Ever. It's got this unique art style to it that's halfway between like a pencil sketch or like charcoal with occasional watercolors going on as well. It's stunning, and I mean the animations and everything between the characters, it's very much like a episode of Archer or something like that, where it almost looks like those paper dolls you used to cut out, you know, when you were a kid, and you could kind of move the limbs in like all these weird kind of ways, like a puppet. But it works, like it's not that distracting or anything like that, and just the actual art style of the characters and the locations and everything, it's gorgeous. So yeah, that grabbed my attention right off the hop. The gameplay, like I said, is just a basic point-and-click adventure. There's some few puzzle-solving mechanics here and there, but other than that, it's just get this item, figure out where its use is, keep going, that'll open up a new area, and away you go. So it's just putting the pieces together and doing logical kind of puzzles like that. So the gameplay is, you know, it's basic enough that you can feel challenged, and you're not too stressed out about it or anything like that. The main selling point, aside from the look of this game, is its characters and the story that you play in. You play as a young woman who is a cat lady who is depressed, she's alone, she feels like she's got nothing left in the world, and you start off the game by committing suicide. And you wind up in a limbo kind of area where you're talking to what is the representation of death or the devil. It's kind of left up to you and all the decisions you make. So as your character moves along, you're given the ability to be reincarnated, so to speak. Well, not reincarnated, but brought back to life to kind of act as vengeance for death or the devil. And then you go about the world, as you would, trying to right certain wrongs that are still existing in the world. So that's kind of cool, like in a revenge or vengeance kind of way. And before I get into my grievances, I just want to point out that the voice cast for this game is flawless. All the supporting characters, you hear them and it's just like you're having a conversation with someone in the room. They feel so genuine, so real, it's amazing. But now we have to get into some of the bad parts about this game. Not necessarily a bad part about the game, but I did have problems with the main character. Her voice work is great, don't get me wrong, but she's like a one-note kind of song or a one-trick pony, whatever kind of words you want to use to describe it. The fact of the matter is she's got a very monotonous, melancholy tone about her throughout the entire game, and even when she's supposed to be surprised or angry or something like that, she really doesn't escape that kind of, oh, I'm so down on my life kind of vibe, you know, and it falls a little flat. Everyone else, they have a range to their voice work and everything. You know, if they're angry, you feel it. If they're quiet and reserved, you get that. You know, everything about them excels. So why the main character didn't kind of live up to that is, well, it's kind of sad, really. But the big thing that I had a problem with this game is the suicide angle. I mean, I get it, it happens, and you know, honestly, it really hasn't been tapped into that much in video games. But I have a beef with people and suicide. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody out there. Like, if you've had someone that, you know... Anyway, we're getting depressing here. Anyway. No, honestly, I just don't like the idea that, you know, we're supposed to be making a hero out of someone who took their own life kind of thing. Because I think heroes are courageous people, and suicide victims are not that courageous. That's just me. So it kind of, like, my feelings and views on that topic kind of butted heads all the time with everything that I was doing within the game. But yeah, so aside from that, I mean, it's a small little hurdle. I mean, it's a video game. It pushes boundaries. It gets you into your uncomfortable zones and everything, and it challenges you that way. So in that respect, I love it, you know? I mean, it aggravated me, but I mean, it by no means made this game a bad game. It's like when you watch a movie that touches on subject matter that just, irks you, you know? Doesn't make it a bad movie, it just gets you in that way, you know? So that was one thing I took away from the game, is that it kind of put me in an uncomfortable kind of light, but still, fantastic game all around. So yeah, you can see by the game how it looks, how it plays, and everything like that. You can maybe hear some of the vocal work in the background there. You should definitely give this game a try. I think I only got it for $5. Maybe it was on sale. I don't know. If that might just be the usual retail price. I'm not too sure. But whatever the price is, buy it, give it a try. It doesn't take too long to get through the game, and it will be a game that you'll want to talk about with all your friends and maybe get them to play it as well. I highly recommend it. So with that, I'm going to leave you for now. If you dig this video, hit the like and favorite buttons there, share this on Facebook and Twitter, subscribe as always, because I put out new videos every Monday and Friday, and I will see you guys next time on Deep Seeded Geek. Take care.